The insufferable 430-pound snake that switches when he walks is at it again, man. Now, a lot of you guys have asked the question, why don't nobody like Dejon? Why do it seem like nobody can tolerate him? Nobody wants to be around him, no matter where he goes. It doesn't matter if he's at No Jumper, he's at Community World, he's at this platform or that platform or Power Window. It doesn't matter. Nobody can seem to stand this dude. In this situation at Community World perfectly explains why nobody likes Dejon Paul. The word snake always seems to follow Dejon no matter where he goes.
Or every episode and tune in. You can call me a snake. I've been called worse, trust me. I've been called way worse than snake.
This is something he has made peace with. He understands and knows that to his core, he's a no integrity, no morals, no principle having snake. That's just him. And he has accepted it, and it's tough for everybody else to accept it. This dude is going to snake you one way or another. You see, Dejon got fired from No Jumper. He will make y'all think that he quit No Jumper. No, he got fired from No Jumper. You see, after Dejon claimed he got shot at No Jumper, in which he didn't get shot at No Jumper, he went to the hospital, they did x-ray, they looked for bullet fragments, they couldn't find a goddamn thing. They said, bro, you wasn't shot. What's going on, bro? Go home. He went home and started walking on crutches and then was even being carried in a wheelchair, even though he wasn't shot. He was looking for a settlement and a huge payout from No Jumper. So No Jumper at this time, not having any information regarding what the hospital was saying, is still going along and believing that Dejon Paul was shot. So they told Dejon, hey, listen, go to workers' comp, fill out this application, and they'll be able to get you paid. He went to workers' comp, and workers' comp said, okay, where's your injury, sir? Yeah, sorry, your application has been denied. We can't pay you nothing. We talked to the hospital, sir. The hospital said you wasn't shot and you're not injured. We not paying you a penny and iota. So Dejon now, after figuring out that he can hoodwink workers' comp, he now tries to apply pressure to get paid as fast as possible by threatening to come out and do a huge story exposing No Jumper for shooting him. And No Jumper said, okay, do what you got to do. But we not paying you a penny, bro. You wasn't shot at No Jumper. Workers' comp investigated. So then he stopped showing up to work and was eventually fired for a no call, no show, right? So that's what happened with Dejon at No Jumper. He got fired. He didn't quit. He got fired from No Jumper. So when Dejon went to Community World, one person in particular, man, I call him the light-skinned Socrates, all right? The philosopher Keemster, he went ahead and called Dejon out and made it known to everybody at Community World, listen, I do not trust this guy. He's a snake. He will snake us. I don't trust him. And he called Dejon out in front of everybody and let it be known.
Why, hey, King, why you don't trust Dejon?
Why don't I?
Yeah, why you don't trust
He don't own FMW, so I don't care.
You don't trust him?
He's not an owner of FMW, so I don't care if you trust him.
Why he keep asking all my questions for me? What's going on? Oh, why I didn't trust Dejon? I didn't trust him just because, it was all his shit was on the net. Where the bullet at, nigga? Shit, the nigga came out with crutches. I'm trying to figure out what happened. That's all it was. It ain't really nothing serious. It ain't nothing to do with his talent. None of that is business. The nigga got shot. He said he got shot, and we ain't heard nothing else since. That's suspicious to me.
Why you respond now? Can I respond now?
Ain't no response. Can I respond? Ain't no response, man. Use rat. So, how do you respond to putting yourself in a wheelchair and you didn't get shot? Right? Now, Dejon finally came out and claimed, no, I was only grazed. How do you put yourself in a wheelchair when you admit, oh, it only grazed me, I wasn't shot? Use a snake. Use a rat. And that's why nobody likes you. But Dejon promised everybody, he promised T-Rel, promised AD, promised Pun, that he had turned over a new leaf and he was able to weasel his way onto another show on the Community World platform. Now, the show he weasel his way on is a show that was supposed to have a recurring group of people. But Dejon has this wonderful thing about him where he's able to come into any situation and work his way up the hierarchy through snaking and backstabbing people. So eventually, after snaking, backstabbing, and weaseling his way up to the top, Dejon Paul was announced as the permanent cast member and was supposed to be Dejon, Stat, and Scotty. The dynamic started off pretty well. Dejon was on his best behavior, how he usually does. He comes in, he acts like the friendly fat guy. You know, bruh, like, he acts kind of like the friendly Pillsbury, purple blue muffin. He tells jokes a little bit, he's friendly, he's sarcastic, he makes fun of himself. So he had that whole little shtick going on to make everybody feel comfortable. And then once they made him feel comfortable, that's when the snake in him started to come out. Dejon Paul, whom I may add, the Zesty bars of LA affectionately call Dejonae. All right, so Dejonae Paul is a talentless hack. All right, Dejonae doesn't really have anything they're particularly good at. All right, what they're good at is essentially looking at the comment section and trying to adapt their personality to whatever they believe the comment section wants. All right. So if the comment section is identifying, let's say, a particular host on the show where the comment section is annoyed by, or the comment section have a particular narrative about, Dejonae, he takes on the personality of the comment section, right? Now, that shtick can probably keep you around for a little while, bruh, but it's a shtick that runs old because people are watching the show for personalities. They're not watching the show because you want to mirror how they think. That right there is a formula to get you kicked out shortly, which is why he's been kicked off multiple platforms, all right? So Dejonae began to adapt his personality to the comment section because he's a talentless hack with nothing to offer. So the only thing he can offer is probably mirroring the opinions of the comment section. So he begins to turn on his own host for no particular reason. The host ain't do nothing to him. The host never talked trash about him. The host was blindsided, right? Because Dejonae began to treat this host as if they were his enemy. Listen, Dejonae went on another show, another podcast, and began to reveal personal information about this host that wasn't public, such as this host was crying behind the scenes about how the bosses were mistreating him. It's like, sir, why are you saying this on another podcast about your co-host?
I feel like that's all people want to see from y'all.
I didn't say that's all. I didn't say that's all.
You think of it. You're thinking of it as a missed opportunity.
Absolutely,
it was a missed opportunity.
And I said there's been a few missed opportunities. There's a Stat's gonna hate me. So that time that Pun had said that remember you was upstairs getting your haircut and you was like, hey, Stat not gonna sit in that seat no more, or sit in that seat today. Remember you said that?
Okay.
You and Smack both said Stat's not gonna sit in that seat. Illa am I lying? That nigga Stat start crying that day.
What? Like tears crying?
On my soul.
Oh shit.
Put that pussy on.
Why you play that song?
I don't know. That's the wrong button. That was the wrong button.
On my soul. Again, I want to walk into work and I want them to hate me. I'll do it. I'll be the villain.
His co-host Stat, who had an emotional reaction because he felt like he was being played, he was being bullied, he was being tried, had an emotional reaction. And them as a team decided we're not going to include this in the final edit because we don't want this out. Stat is sensitive about this. Dejon decided that it would be appropriate to go on another platform, expose the fact that this clip even exists when nobody knew about this, and then made fun and mock his co-host. And if that wasn't bad enough, Dejon continued to essentially say his co-host does nothing, his co-host is a peon, his co-host isn't as important, don't got as much going on as him, and he's the one that carries the show. Mind you, Dejon Paul came on his show, the show is that show. Dejon Paul came on his show, and now Dejon Paul is trying to make him look like he does nothing so Dejon Paul can take over.
We gonna film an episode tomorrow. What the fuck do I have to talk to? I can talk about, I got into it with 03 Greedo this week. I got into it with this rapper. I got into it with... He don't have that extra content to bring, so all we can do is go off the topic. Remember, we're not well informed on the topics.
The audacity of this overbaked Pillsbury Doughboy. He's talking like, I'm Dejon. I'm up here. I have this to bring to the table, and he has nothing to bring to the table. Mind you, Dejon Paul has nothing to offer to the table. Like, absolutely nothing. He has iota, zilch. What do Dejon Paul has to offer? What is his caliber? Yo, Dejon has a rap report card that he pays, I guess, blogs to post. It does some numbers years ago. And I guess he's still living off of having a viral post as if that's something he could hang his hat on. It's not at all, bruh. Dejon started a podcast. His podcast doesn't do 100 views. It doesn't, right? It doesn't surpass 100 views. He has an Instagram page that hasn't grew by one follower in 6 months since leaving No Jumper. So he's coming to the table with nothing, but he has this like arrogant, just high sense of self. He thinks he's better than the people he's podcasting with, and he's speaking like he is. So obviously, when he, came back to do his podcast with his co-host, they wasn't feeling what he said about them when he wasn't at the table. And Stat made it very, very clear. I'm talking about the most clear I've ever seen Stat make it, that we not doing that snake stuff on this table that I'm responsible for and that I started.
Think by taking shit that happens at Fair to Say behind the scenes and going and running to another platform, trying to be messy and trying to like cause drama to get us to argue and fight. What are you trying to do? Because if I was aware that shit that happens here when the cameras are off or being said otherwise, you wouldn't get shit from me. You wouldn't have me interact. So if you speaking on shit that goes on outside, not only is it unprofessional, it makes me look at you like a hoe ass nigga. Cause I'm
all of that. I'm a terrible person.
No, I'm saying because if you taking private conversations and situations that go on and occur, it wasn't nothing. No, if you're speaking about what I think you're talking about, it wasn't recording.
It wasn't, you guys?
It wasn't recording.
The camera wasn't rolling?
The camera
because I hadn't even sat down.
The camera was rolling.
Because it was how he starts it beforehand and then starts and unmutes the microphones and then it didn't go well, so it got like stopped.
I said, that's why I handled this position the way I handled this position. Niggas ain't real friends. Niggas is streamer friends.
That's all
so
good.
If that's how we handling it, we handling this like a stream, then that's how we gonna handle it. But don't go run places and tell any business that has to do with me to anybody else on any stream.
Normal human beings, decent humans, people who actually grew up with their mama and their fathers in their life, people who maybe have went to church or to the malls at times and was instilled decency and morals into them, would have responded back to Stat saying, damn, my bad, bro. I didn't know how that affected you. I messed up, man. I messed up going ahead and telling your business, bro. It won't happen again. But Dejon is not a decent human being. Right? He's not one of us. He's not a normal person, bro. All right, this Pillsbury Doughboy decided he was going to double down and go at Stat, and that caused Stat to go at him harder, and things just went crazy.
You want to talk when you was crying. This is y'all wanted when you was crying.
No, it wasn't no crying.
Cry, tear them tears.
Cry to that tear.
Why you didn't do that?
I don't give a fuck.
Why you didn't do that? That's what I wanted.
When I get angry,
you should get angry that day. The people that told you not to sit there. I didn't care where you sat.
Them people wasn't here, nigga. Them people wasn't here.
You ain't got that number? You ain't seen them since?
The people that was in the room. I've already talked to them. The people that was in the room that day didn't make that call, nigga. So I ain't had nobody to turn up to in the mother room, nigga. I ain't have nobody to turn up on. I was mad at what the call was, and I thought niggas was still playing with me.
That nigga said he didn't want you to sit there.
Because niggas was still playing with me, and I felt some type of way. We just dated.
And we should have made that episode about that.
Shit when the situation was, nigga, listen. When I dated the shit with Smack, and me and him smashed that shit, when me and him smashed that shit, it was over with. So when I come back to work and niggas still playing with niggas still want to play with the mother seat shit, I'm not for it, nigga.
All right.
So yeah, I got mad, I got pissed, nigga, my voice cracked, nigga, and I got hot, and my eyes teared up, and I got mad because I was ready to crash some shit. That's what it was. Because I wasn't letting niggas play with no, because this ain't what I want. This not what this table was for, nigga. Before you came to this motherfucker, before you got invited here, I set the standard what this motherfucker was gonna be.
Oh, I thought smacking.
No, nigga.
Illa was able to get them to ultimately calm down and agree to just move on and just be co-hosting podcasters and don't really have to be hostile and mean to each other. But that lasted a solid 20 minutes because the following episode, Dejon made sure to get there really early so he could sit in Stet's assigned seat so he could start a conflict. Stet walked in, seen Dejon was in the seat, asked him to get up, bro. Like, yo, bro, let's not have conflict today, bro. Dejon didn't get up. He wanted to be messy. He wanted drama, bro. So Stet just left and said, bro, I'm not dealing with this. And because Stet left now, Dejon is on the podcast calling Stet a B, saying all type of mean things to him, taunting him openly. And it's sort of like, why are you doing this? Like, who are you showing off for that you're disrespecting your co-host openly and ruining the dynamic of this podcast that existed before you got there?
Distraction! Victory! The witch is dead. Oh, the witch is dead. I got rid of that bitch. I got him out the chair. I'm sitting here now. I took your mic. You're gone, defeated.
Welcome back to Fair to Say.
Smack came downstairs. He pleaded with Smack about over this chair. To me, that's bitch ass shit. And then he just walked off like a sissy. And I don't respect it. I feel like at the end of the day,
gotta squabble up. Different.
Y'all gotta squabble up. This shit is out of control.
I was using the bitch word when I was sitting there last night.
Y'all gotta squabble.
Give a fuck. He done disrespected me. He waited till the cameras went.
Dejon is getting real comfortable using that B word in reference to Stat because he knows what's going on, bruh. He knows Stat can't touch him. See, I'm uncomfortable even watching this dynamic because this is not a regular dynamic between two grown men. All right, Dejon is LGBTQIA. Stat, if Stat put his hands on him, bruh, how would that look for Stat? We all know Stat can beat Dejon's boyfriend's greasy semen from out of him. All right, we know this. We know when Stat grabbed Dejon, Stat can essentially beat him off earth if he wanted to. But Stat won't do it and can't do it because how would that look for his career? That he's on camera beating up openly. Come on, bruh. Stat swallowed his pride and came back the following week to try to be productive and try to make this show actually work. Dejon, continue with the mess. Continue trying to antagonize and instigate. See, Stat purposely avoided the fan comments that he believed were only being sent in to antagonize and instigate conflict between him and Dejon. But no. Dejon wants to read the comments that instigate because he wants more drama, because he wants conflict.
Going, please. This one comes from @CryptKid6. Fair to say, Stet did go on Rio's podcast talking about the higher ups don't promote the show enough, and Yaz Insta for not potting the right clips. Seems like Dejon really did what you did, so is he wrong, or are we not gonna dive deep into that topic either? We're not gonna dive deep into that topic either.
Are we gonna address what was said in the Fair to Say?
Next one, it comes from YG, please save LA.
I would like to address what was said in the first Fair to Say. I don't want to just read Fair to Says from fans and not address it. We got to say something. So
no, you don't have to read it. You see, Dejon is trying to turn the fans against Stet, but he's too dumb to do it without being noticed.
It is interesting to me that you would ask for the higher ups to promote the show, but we're not promoting the show. Talked about promoting the show more in person here at the table. Not like, this is a meeting, but before episode or after episode.
For sure.
I've repeated myself in that regard multiple times. So, but again, to address the tweet, I feel like if anybody here is going to ask the higher up for more promotion, and we got to lead by example and promote more ourselves.
Respectfully, I don't owe you any answer to that, and you have no idea what goes on behind the scenes and the communication I have in regards to the show and what goes on, so I don't owe you an explanation about what I do on and off the camera.
Make no mistake, this is not about promotion, not one bit. At all. Dejon is just a Weasley snake. He's Weasley. This isn't about promotion. This is about how, before Dejon started his antics, Dejon was beloved by the fans and Stet was hated. After Dejon started his antics, the fan base turned on him. They started to realize he's corny and he's a snake, And he's doing the same thing he did at No Jumper. He's bringing the Tooth community, and the fans turned on him. So to get the fans back on his side, he's now trying to paint Stat as if, Stat isn't carrying his weight. Stat don't care about the show. I'm Dejon. I'm doing everything, and that's not true at all. Stat does the editing. Stat does the thumbnail. Stat does a lot for that show that Dejon don't have any idea on how to do. So it's not about promotion. Don't get it mistaken. This is a snake and a weasel trying to weasel his way back into the fans' good graces. Stat just called it out right there. Listen, bro, me and the higher ups, me and the bosses, bro, we have an understanding and communication, bro. Please don't tell me how to do my job because this podcast was here before you got here. So Dejon then decided to start lashing out and try to embarrass Stat. So he brings the tissues on the table to try to mock Stat crying, I guess, on a previous episode.
In case anybody at the table wants to cry, we got the Scotties.
All right.
We got.
I'm gonna just be real. That's all.
This is the cancer.
Everybody's not gonna.
This is the cancer that everybody spoke about.
We're not gonna get through no.
I'm trying to have a healthy conversation. You hear his tone, so I don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
So we got props.
I hear both.
This is what I'm talking about.
I hear
the immature bitch ass female shit.
But I'm just saying,
this is weird. This is corny.
Do we want to do a show?
This is what we want the Fair to Say table to be.
Let's actually talk about it.
Let me ask you.
Do we want to do a show?
Yes, I enjoy doing this. You know I enjoy doing this.
Is this what we want the Fair to Say table to be?
That's what I'm trying to say. Do all of it's there.
This is what we want this guy to come in and do.
That's what the views said.
This is what we want the guy to come. This is what y'all want. Y'all can have.
That's what views said.
The Bad Girls Club.
You could have sat here and talked to us about this other day when you was here and you walked out.
That right there was the moment that Stat realized he's done dealing with Dejon. He's done with the podcast. If Dejon is going to be on the podcast, he's not doing it anymore. You see, and it's not just Stat. Because later on in the episode, they would announce that another co-host, Scotty, that he officially quit the podcast because Dejon antics. He's not doing it anymore because Dejon made the show into something it never was, which was a bunch of mess, drama, snake, and backbiting. And he's not with the corny stuff.
I was saying before when I said
we skipped the Fair to Says. I'll be calling in the Ace Boys Worldwide tonight to discuss the Fair to Says with Pun so that we can make sure we address the people that are taking time out of their day to tweet us, the fans that are so invested to the show that they use the hashtag that we promote at the end of every episode. Hashtag is it fair to say? I want to make sure we get around to those Fair to Says. So since we weren't able to do it today, I'm going to call in the Ace Boys Worldwide and we're going to address those there. Shout out to the fans. Fans come first.
Shout out to the jury. We do still love you guys.
100%, man. So that's it. That's how we wrapping it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scotty, man. Scotty will probably not be making any more appearances on Fair to Say.
I could have said that at the beginning of the episode.
I think his decision is obviously his decision to cover the way he wants to cover it. But for my homie, we had a conversation, and just things don't align sometimes, and he decided to move on to some other things. So shout out to my dog. You know what I'm saying? Scotty. We are going to miss your takes and your intellect at the table. It was definitely needed. But
at this point, Dejon has successfully ran off 1/3 of his co-host. The second host, you would think it would behoove him to sort of stop being the sassy jelly worm that he is. You would think he would realize, being a zesty gummy bear probably isn't the best thing to do when trying to retain co-hosts, but he didn't. He goes and changed his Instagram notes to more disrespect for his co-host Stat, calling him the B word again in the notes. Look at this, bruh. Is this not sociopathic? So I don't know if this was the last straw, but on this most recent episode of Fair to Say, man, Stat didn't show up. Stat refused the podcast with Dejon, and they titled it, "This is the last episode of Fair to Say." So we don't know. Just look at how sad this is, bruh. Before Dejon got there, let's just scroll down real quick, man, all right? Let's just scroll down real quick, okay? You see, bruh, before he got there, all right, you could see, man, how happy people were. You could see, look at this, bro. Everybody is smiling on the thumbnail. All right, everybody is smiling. Look at this, man. Donnie Diamonds, everybody is having a good time. It's a family. They are hugged up on the thumbnail. And within 2 months of being on the show, within 2 months, he managed to ruin the show to where now it's a farewell. Right? Like, he's managed to ruin it to where now it's a farewell, man. Farewell to Fair to Say. Farewell to Fear to Say. This is sad, bro. Now look at this.
Frilly dress on.
It's not done.
Why is his name the first thing?
Now all the time that I was rugging you, you was busy rugging yourself.
He still thinks it's a game. Now he's mocking what Stet does for a business, which is, he make rugs. So now he's mocking that, and this is just sad, bruh. And the
why nobody at work?
Cause nigga, you a hazard to the work environment. That's what I've been hearing.
I do the Kleenex.
You calling niggas bitches. What are you wearing right now?
He's still laughing. Right? He's still laughing and treating this like a big old joke. Him running off his co-host to him is a big old joke. Yo, if I'm for Community World, bro, this dude has to go. He has to go, man. All right? This 600-pound zesty booty warrior has to go, bruh. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, all right? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, man, to find out about how 4 talented losers in LA came together and put together this conspiracy to end my run and send me a message. But, their conspiracy backfired badly. So click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.